County's scheduled board meeting for Tuesday, February 10th, 2026. Thank you so much for being with us here tonight. Tonight, we will have our invocation. We will have our Pledge of Allegiance led by Dr. Michelle Henninger, our Assistant Superintendent of Middle and K-8 Schools. Our national anthem will be performed by Kate Walther, a vocal major from Osceola County School for the Arts. And our mission statement will be read by Dr. Chandra Evans, Assistant Superintendent for High Schools. And our interpretation services will be provided by Naira Elvira, bilingual community liaison and Spanish interpreter. Will you please stand with us now for the invocation?
Gracious God, source of wisdom and truth, we give thanks for this community, for this county, and for all who are entrusted with the care and education of our children. We ask your guidance upon this school board, our administrators, and all who serve in leadership. Grant them clarity of mind, integrity of heart, and the courage to seek what is just, wise, and beneficial for the common good. We lift up our students, that they may be safe, valued, and encouraged to grow in knowledge, character, and compassion. May our schools be places where every child is respected, supported, and given the opportunity to reach their full potential. Bless our teachers, staff, and families, renew their patience, strengthen their dedication, and support them in the important work they do each day. May our conversations and decisions this evening be guided by wisdom, mutual respect, and a shared commitment to the well-being of every child and the future of our community. Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red hair, the most bursting in air, came through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Mission statement of the School District of Osceola County: inspire all learners to reach their highest potential as responsible, productive citizens.
Good evening, I am Naira Alvira and I'm here to provide interpretation services. Buenas noches, soy Naira Alvira y estoy aquí para ofrecer servicio de interpretación.
And with that, we are on to our positive comments from our board members and our superintendent, Dr. Shanoff.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Wanted to highlight 22 meetings that the leadership team and I convened with principals from 22 schools to talk about their progress over the past year and the plans that they have between now and the end of the year. I was so encouraged by what they had to share, so enthused by their plans of action and their sense of urgency, knowing that time is the one commodity that is most precious when it comes to learning. And so I do want to highlight, though, one school, one teacher, if I could. And I know that this is a story that is all over the county, but Melissa Maldonado is the learning resource specialist at Chestnut Elementary School. When her principal approached her about the possibility of coming in and actually giving her responsibilities of learning resource specialist to other members of the leadership team and going back into the classroom to serve a group of students that needed some different direction when it came to instruction, she didn't hesitate at all to go back into that classroom. And that's a pretty remarkable, selfless individual to say, it's not about me, it's about the kids. It's about making sure that our students have the best possible outcomes because they only get one opportunity in that grade level to do the best that they can. And the teachers at the next grade level are counting on us, no matter what it is, to do that work and make sure that those students are prepared. And if that meant surrendering the responsibilities of being a resource teacher to take on what's needed in the classroom, I can't think of anything that elevates the teaching profession more than a behavior like that. So I don't think that her story is unique. I think her story is representative of heroic teaching and amazing student learning experiences that are taking place around our county. And I just think that Ms. Maldonado is just one beacon of light that exists across Osceola County that is shining bright for all of our kids. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. I would like to announce the OTEC 2026 Spring Career Fair that will be April 16 from 11:30 to 1:30. You can look more information on their website. And also to mention that last week was National School Counseling Week. And we want to thank our school counselors for their unwavering dedication to our students' academic success, emotional well-being, and future goals. It's a hard job, but they're out there doing it with so much love, and this is a week that I always have to highlight. As a counselor myself, I identify with them, and they are so important to our schools and our students. Also, for their compassion, guidance, and advocacy, make a lifelong impact every single day. So they make a difference. Also, congratulating OXA on being selected to compete again in the Essentially Ellington competition in New York. Are we going this year?
Yes.
This is a public commitment. So hopefully we can make it this year. It's a nationally recognized jazz program that brings together top high school ensembles to across the country. Congratulations to all the talented musicians and to Mr. Anderson for their outstanding achievement. And we have a couple of weeks ago, I know probably you're going to mention that, it was the Education Awards. And I just want to highlight thank you to Dana and her staff for such a beautiful event. You always make us look so good. And we thank everything that you do for our school, our students, and also our teachers. So we are proud and grateful for all the award winners and honorees who continue to inspire excellence. But I want to give a shout out to Mr. Franceschi. It's such a well-deserved award. And my family, my daughter, he was my daughter's teacher. And we want him to know how much of a positive impact he had on her. She always felt safe, and that's an important word. Safe, challenged, and supported in his classroom. Thank you for caring so deeply about your students and for the difference you made in my daughter's life. We are truly grateful. And the last but not least is we did a visit. We're trying to create a public safety academy, and we did kind of an exploratory visit to Orange County. It was the East River High School, and it was such an important step in learning how such programs are successfully implemented. I want to thank the school district staff and the superintendent, Dr. Shanoff, the county manager, Don Fisher, Beth Knight, Donna Rember, Chief Collier, and Chief Grice, and the administration and staff at East River High School for taking the time to share their experience and guide us in this journey. I will continue to keep our community informed as we move forward. I truly believe that instilling a passion for public safety in our students will help us retain that talent here in Osceola County and encourage future careers in law enforcement, fire rescue, corrections, inspection services, and other public safety. So I will continue advocating for this vision until it becomes a reality. Thank you.
Oh, that's me. I'd like to say congratulations to the St. Cloud Bulldog basketball team. They defeated Lake Nona to claim their first district title since 1971 in boys basketball. So that's quite an achievement. Way to go, Bulldogs. And we had a wonderful evening at the Education Awards, and I wanted to congratulate all the nominees and winners yet again. Your dedication and passion truly make a difference in the lives of our students and our families. These awards are made possible through the incredible hard work and generosity behind the scenes. A special thank you to Community Relations Department for organizing and decorating this event, and to all the donors who help make it possible each year. And because of you, our staff feels appreciated, celebrated, and valued. It's a joy to get to see old and new friends together in support of education. And I'd like to personally thank our platinum sponsors this year, the Williams Company, Addition Financial, the Silver Spurs Riding Club, and Rose Insure. Because of your continued commitment and support, we could not do these events without you. I also had the opportunity to attend the incoming 6th and 9th grade orientations at St. Cloud Middle School and Harmony High School. And it was a great experience for students and parents to learn about the expectations and how to prepare for and get the most out of all their opportunities coming ahead of them. Clubs were set up, questions were encouraged, and everyone felt welcomed. And I also learned a lot from this event, but I had quite a few kindergartners that were in both orientations, so I felt very old. And a lot of the families that I talked to could not believe how fast their kids are growing up and how they're getting ready to start either middle school or high school next year. Let's see. The Osceola County Fair will be held February 13th through Sunday, February 22nd at Osceola Heritage Park in Kissimmee, across the street. It's 10 days of fun, food, livestock shows, competitions, and community celebrations. Come out and support our local 4-H, FFA, and creative arts students as they showcase their best in citrus, blueberry, strawberry, market hogs, steers, chickens, rabbit shows, and more. It's really important to get out there and encourage them because they work so hard. On Saturday, the Silver Spurs Parade is happening at 10 a.m. in downtown St. Cloud, kicking off the Silver Spurs rodeo season and celebrating Osceola County's heritage. And my very last one, St. Cloud Main Street and Granny Smith's Smokehouse is proudly going to be presenting Roots and Rhythm Festival, a vibrant community celebration honoring Black History Month through music, food, and art and local entrepreneurship. February 28th from 10 to 3. I will be there. I go every single year. It's live music, it's food, local vendors, and you get to connect, uplift, and celebrate together. And then you can leave with some great barbecue.
That's a great way to end. Did you hear me say that? Yum, I'm there. I'm there. Are you?
I'm done.
Good. Thank you. I'm going to take this moment of privilege for the next, how many more meetings do I have left? 9? We're not counting. I'm not counting, but I do realize that I have less meetings ahead of me than I do behind me. So I want to each one of my precious positive comments I want to dedicate to elevating some of the stakeholders that I've been working with during the past 7 years that have made this experience of serving my community an incredible privilege. So today, I would like to elevate and recognize our Osceola County Educators Association, our teachers union. Yes, as I reflect on my service and knowing that I do have less meetings ahead of me than behind me, I am choosing to honor with positivity some of our dedicated stakeholders that I've worked with for the past 7 years. So the Osceola Teachers Union has consistently been a strong and unwavering advocate for our educators, and it has truly been a privilege to work alongside them. Now, we may not agree on everything all the time, but what I do know is that we have always shared a mutual respect, and we have always been committed to ensuring that our educators, our teachers, are supported in service of our most important stakeholder, which is our students. I've seen firsthand the dedication of both of our union, both right here in this room, in emails and conversations, but I've also seen them truly advocate respectfully in Tallahassee. And they work tirelessly to open those lines of communication and advance the profession with purpose. It has been an honor to serve with you, and I'm looking forward to witnessing the continued advocacy, the leadership, and your impact. Thank you. That's it, ma'am. Thank you.
All right, tonight I would like to make a few positive comments as well. First, I want to thank our local legislative delegation. Ms. Bronson and I were actually up in Tallahassee a few weeks ago, the same week that I think OCEA representatives were too. And we had some great meetings with Senator Arrington and Representatives Alvarez, Booth, and Stark. So having those conversations and sharing with them the priorities that we have here right in Osceola County for the legislation we'd like to see is really important. And so that was something Ms. Bronson and I got to do together. We missed some of our fellow board members, but it was some good meetings. I also want to, as we continue to celebrate Black History Month across our district, I wanted to shout out Dr. Shendra Evans. Dr. Evans was honored last week by U.S. Congressman Darren Soto as a Black History Month congressional honoree of Congressional District 9. Dr. Evans' contributions to the community and our school district were not only recognized by Congressman Soto, but also submitted into the official congressional record. So that is some very impressive. This one might be the funnest one that I'm going to share tonight. So I learned after the Grammys that a former student is making big moves as an artist. Enrique Sanchez went from wowing our school district here in Osceola County to wowing millions while performing with Bruno Mars at the 2026 Grammys. Enrique graduated from Osceola County School for the Arts in 2011, and he was the 2011 Arts Alive Scholarship recipient. After he left with us, he went on to do his undergrad and obtain his master's in jazz trumpet at Juilliard. So I learned that from one of our former arts directors that he had been on the screen as I was watching that performance. So I thought that was really exciting to know we have students doing such amazing things. Mm-hmm. I also wanted to say farewell, and I hope that you are going to enjoy your retirement, Mr. Wheeler. I know we will be saying goodbye to you at the end of this month. You have served our district well, and I hope you know that we really appreciate you. I also, in looking at who was retiring this year, noticed a name from my childhood. Miss Nahida Mehta was a assistant, like a paraprofessional when I was in elementary school at Mill Creek, and I actually went to school with her daughter. So seeing that name and knowing that she served our district for over 30 years was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe it. Seems like an end of an era type of thing. So I just want to wish Miss Mehta well. So if you're out there listening, I hope you enjoy your retirement. Additionally, we had JA Inspired Osceola Heritage Park last week. It was an initiative with Junior Achievement to have 8th graders from across our county exposed to a number of professions, thanks to so many businesses and organizations that come out and set up booths to show our kids the type of careers that they could have one day. So we had our supervisor of elections office there. The kids were learning about the voting process. We had a number of our healthcare institutions there, local credit unions and banks, Delta Airlines, and so many more. Exposing these kids to the careers that they could have before they go to high school is very important because they need to know the possibilities that are out there. So thank you to the community for putting that together, Junior Achievement, and everyone that came to support that. And then finally, I was reviewing our HR stuff, this past week ahead of the meeting, and it just amazed me as I was looking at some of the numbers. As the largest employer here in Osceola County with nearly 8,000 employees, there is a tremendous amount of work that HR has to do every single day. The workload is enormous and never stops. This past month alone, I noticed that they processed 38 new instructional hires while managing transitions for 31 departing instructional employees, and processed 56 new support staff hires while managing 44 support staff departures. That's 94 new employees that they brought on board and 75 separations processed, all while maintaining compliance, ensuring proper onboarding, and keeping our schools staffed. Behind every one of those numbers, a teacher is stepping into their first classroom, a bus driver is keeping our students safe, a custodian is preparing our buildings for our students every single day. So I just wanted to highlight our HR team and thank them for the support that they give all of our professionals across the district. And with that, I am done with positive comments. We are now on to our fine arts moment. We are going to hear Lift Every Voice and Sing by the Liberty High School Chorus. Thank you so much. That was amazing. Next, we have our approval of the Proclamation for Career and Technical Education Month, February 2026. It will be presented by student HOSA officers, Ms. Jennifer Barth's Health Sciences Program at Celebration High School, and Mr. Timothy Burdett, our Director of Secondary and Post-Secondary Career and Technical Education and Adult Education. That is. You have a long title. I think the longest in the district.
We really believe every month is CTE month, but we're glad you decided to celebrate it this month. February is Career and Technical Education Month, a time to celebrate the vital role CTE programs play in preparing students for success. In both their careers and future education, CTE equips students with practical skills, knowledge, and real-world experiences that are in high demand across industries. During this month, we highlight the incredible achievement of our students, educators, and community partners who make these programs thrive. CTE not only supports academic growth, but also fosters critical thinking, problem solving, and teamwork. It provides students with tools to explore diverse career paths to prepare for a rapidly evolving market. As a district, we are committed to expanding and strengthening our CTE offerings to ensure every student has the opportunity to explore their interests and build a bright future. For example, our new high school is going to have 12 new CTE programs. We're really excited about that. Just to give you some information for this year, OTEC, our technical college, has 1,003 adults, 1,098 dual enrollment students. We are completing 27 programs in that school at this time. There's almost 2 times the enrollment that we had last year. Our Adult Learning Center has 4,022 students that have gone through that program this year, and 316 of them have emerged with an IET certificate, which is mingling GED programs and CTE programs with ESOL programs as well. Our K-12 has approximately 23,588 middle school and high school students, with a total enrollment of 35,947 students sitting in the seat every day. Celebrating with us tonight is a Celebration High School. We have students from our HOSA program, and they're going to read the proclamation.
Good evening. This is the proclamation of Career and Technical Education Month, February 2026. Whereas the month of February 2026 has been designated Career and Technical Education Month by the Association for Career and Technical Education. And whereas CTE offers students the opportunity to gain the academic, technical, and employability skills necessary for career readiness. And whereas students in CTE programs participate in authentic, meaningful experiences that improve the quality of their education and increase their engagement and achievement. And whereas CTE provides students with career exploration opportunities earlier in their educational experience, which enables them to make informed and beneficial decisions about their academic coursework and pursue established programs of study and career pathways. And
whereas the leaders in industry nationwide report increasing challenges related to addressing the skill gap in connecting qualified professionals with careers in critical and growing CTE related fields such as advanced manufacturing, cybersecurity, energy, healthcare, information technology, transportation, space, and semiconductors. And whereas the CTE prepares students for these and other fulfilling careers by offering interrogated programs of study that link secondary and post-secondary education and lead the attainment of industry-recognized credentials. And whereas the CTE program ensures that employees have access to a qualified and thriving workforce, ensuring our nation is a strong and competitive economy. And now, therefore, the school district of Osceola County proclaims February 2026 as Career and Technical Education Month.
So moved.
I have a motion by Ms. Castillo,
Second.
second by Ms. Garcia. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, it is officially Career and Technical Education Month.
Thank you. I just want to add how amazing these young ladies are, and they're a real good representative of our programs. Thank you, ladies.
Thank you. And finally, we have a presentation by Dr. Shanoff on the School District of Osceola County's graduation rates for 2024-2025.
Well, you all look different from down here.
Better, I hope.
You guys look great. So I am very excited to share a deeper dive into our graduation rates. As everyone knows, and as we celebrated last month, bless you, we had a record. We had a record in our graduation rates this past year. Graduation rates are lagged by a year. So what will go into next year's school grade formula were last year's graduation rates. And so it takes the state approximately 6 months to curate all of the graduation data, clean it, scrub it, and make sure that it's accurate. And that's where we land on those graduation rates. Thankfully, we have such good systems and great statisticians within the district that we're able to do the predictive analysis on where our graduation rates are before they're released by the state. So we knew that this information was coming. I do need to say, before I move into sharing the data, none of this would be possible. I'm the one that gets to present, but none of this would be possible without the tremendous leadership of Dr. Chandra Evans and Ms. Tia Brown from the high school. They are the ones that ensured that our principals kept their eye on the ball the entire year. We use all types of different trackers and systems to make sure that no student is left without the opportunity to graduate. So I don't know why this presentation jumped. So
Well, we can. I don't know whose computer it's on.
It's the clicker.
It's not the clicker.
We can see it. That's why on here.
Oh, you can
We
see
can
the
see the
clicker?
clicker,
It's not
yeah.
up here. So, well, I need my slide. Okay. Here are the 3-year surrounding county comparisons for our high school graduation rates. You'll see Osceola is highlighted in yellow. One thing that you'll notice between 2023 and 2025 is the tremendous growth that we've made as a district, 84.8 to 91.1. And you'll see that we are closing the gap on the state. And for us, we celebrate the fact that 91.1% graduated, but we also know that that means that 8.9 percent of students did not graduate. That is something that we continue to work on. Here's the district graduation trend data for the last 10 years. One thing that you'll notice is that since 2023, you'll see that our slope is actually much steeper than the slope of the state, which means that we continue to make better progress than the state. So we're very, very excited about the increases that we've made, particularly over the last 2 years. So we really feel like we've come out of the COVID era, and we're now really starting to thrive and see those systems support student success. So you can see where we were in 2015, 2016 at 82%. We did well. We crossed the 90% threshold, especially when the state relaxed some of the requirements for graduation, such as test scores. Those are now back in place, and here we are thriving again. So in the last 10 years, a 9% overall increase. The historical comparison for the last 15 years, you can see that we were in the 70s back in 2010, 2011. Now, back then, that seemed to be just perfectly acceptable because if you look, the state was at 71%. What we have learned since then is that students absolutely need to have a high school diploma. The idea of a certificate of completion is just not acceptable, which is why the state in the last legislative cycle actually eliminated the idea of certificates of completion. I have had numerous conversations with parents who wanted their students to get a certificate of completion, thinking that those certificates of completion actually gave their students the same rights as a student with a high school diploma. That's not the case. So we're very excited on the progress that we've made. Obviously, the culture now within our district is we expect you to graduate. No matter who you are, we expect you to graduate. So when students walk through our doors, when they register, it's not just a goal, it is the expectation. Students will walk across the stage, students will receive their diploma. So here is the district versus charter graduation rates. So again, looking at the last 2 years, so 2023 to 2025, and you can see that the district overall hovers right around where the district non-charter are because we don't have that many charter school students in high schools as a percentage of the whole. What I'm really proud about is the fact that district non-charter were at 93% last year. And that does exceed the state average. So very proud of what we've been able to accomplish in our district schools. Here's our subgroup graduation rates. This is where we like to really kind of peel back and see where are our opportunities for growth. So you see where we are relative to the state. We have some gaps. with exceptional student education. Hence the need for us to operate with a bit of a sense of urgency in making some corrections to our exceptional student education programs. ELL, we are outperforming the state. Free and reduced lunch, we're slightly below the state. White students, we're slightly below the state. Hispanic students, we're pretty much right there. Black students, we're slightly below the state. Male students, we're slightly below the state, and female is right where the state is. The state average is not where we want to be. We want to be number one. So, and there's nothing within our systems and structures that actually preclude us from being number one. So that will continue to be the goal. And that is something that I have to say that our principals, under the direction of Dr. Evans and Ms. Brown, have been relentless in their pursuit of students ensuring that they graduate. So here's the district subgroup graduation rate comparison over 5 years. You see that everything is essentially trending up, with the exception of in 2024, 2025, our exceptional student education students went down. Again, by about 0.6%. We need to make sure that that is something that gets corrected this year. We are tracking that data very closely. Here are the individual high school graduation rates. Very excited to see a lot of growth within our schools. So anywhere where you see green, you see an increase. Anywhere where you see red, you see a decrease. And where you see clear is where our schools, Neo City Academy, Osceola County School for the Arts, Professional and Technical High School, maintained 100% graduation rate. So here are the school highlights. Gateway High School's graduation rate for students with exceptionalities increased by 19 percentage points. What that allows us to do is it allows us to take a look specifically at the things that they're doing and make sure that we replicate and generalize that to the rest of our high school division. Celebration High School's free and reduced lunch graduation rate increased by 6.8 percentage points. Again, there are pockets of really good work here that we need to make sure that we replicate other places. The great thing about our high school team is, yes, they're very competitive with one another. Dr. Evans, Ms. Brown, I know you can concur with that. But what I would also say is that they also want what's best for each other, and they will share those best practices. Liberty High School, ELL, graduation rate increased by 12.2 percentage points. That's a huge jump. And if you think about students who are acquiring the language and having to acquire the language, say, even late in life, like 14, 15, 16, 17, it's that much more difficult to acquire English at that level than it is with a student coming in kindergarten, where we have a lot of students that are still acquiring English in their native speakers. Celebration, Liberty, and Osceola Virtual School all had graduation rates that increased by 5 percentage points or more. And one thing we're really excited about with OVS is that they joined the specialty high schools in having a 100% graduation rate last year. So 4 schools with a 100% graduation rate is certainly a record for us. We're very excited about that. So when we look at graduation, we also have to look at withdrawal codes, because students who leave our stead, when they leave, they have to have a withdrawal code. So whether they graduate or they don't graduate, they have a withdrawal code. We have to make sure that no matter what, if the students are leaving us, we need to find out where they go, which we spend a lot of time working on. Dr. Barrio and his team have worked really hard to shore that up. We need to make sure that if students need extra time, they're provided extra time, which is why we have onboarded some additional schools in the area that can actually assist our students with getting to graduation if they need more time. Vineland Lakes is one of the schools that has come on this year. Main Street High School is another one that has been in our area for quite some time, that actually work in the credit recovery space. They work in the credit recovery capacity. So students that may need more time. Because when it gets to graduation day in our schools and the student does not have 24 credits, 2.0, and the appropriate test scores, they have to leave. They don't get any more time. You can't be retained in high school. So these charter schools actually provide a pathway for those students to actually get that high school diploma. And then once they get that high school diploma, then they have the same rights as anybody else who might have graduated within 4 years. We want our students and our families to understand, you don't necessarily want a GED, you want a high school diploma, because a high school diploma can provide you more rights than a GED or a certificate of completion. Percent of graduates enrolled in a Florida public post-secondary institution in the fall. This is simply amazing. 62% of our students are in a Florida public college or university. This is, I think we are now third or fourth out of 67 counties, 67 school districts in post-secondary college articulation. Before Osceola Prosper, with the support of our county commission, we were at 62 out of 67 counties. Our students were not going to college because they could not afford it. It's not because they couldn't go, they couldn't afford it. No one should have to not have the opportunity to go to college if they are ready and want to go. And our county commission has provided that pathway for our students. They are leading the way in showing where the intersection of county government and the school district should be. And I have to say, I travel around the country. I talk to a lot of superintendents from a lot of districts. And jaws hit the floor when we talk about Osceola Prosper. It's pretty amazing. It's pretty amazing that a lot of students will actually not go to certain colleges because they can take advantage of Prosper here at Valencia. So here's the percent of graduates enrolled in a Florida post-secondary institution in the fall, and you can see the change. And this is directly attributed to Osceola Prosper. And where are these students going after they graduate? After they graduate from college, they're coming right back here. They're supporting the talent pipeline right here in Osceola County. Our economy needs a skilled workforce, and our county is delivering on that, thanks to our county commission and the great work of our schools. So, what are we doing to make sure that this is maintained? The Graduation Progress Plan Report. Dr. Evans loves presenting this in cabinet because she gets to highlight the amazing work that's taking place at each of our high schools. We get to see just how many students are in the various buckets, where they are in queue, how many credits do they need, how many more tests must they pass, how close are they to a 2.0. These are all things that we track very, very carefully. But we can't start tracking these students when they become seniors. It's almost too late. So what do our schools do? They start tracking our students and meeting with students who are already falling behind after the first semester of their freshman year. That's how you ensure that you develop a culture where high school graduation is an expectation. When the students come through the door, you are expected to graduate when you come to one of our schools. And our principals remind students of that every single semester, and on many cases, every single day. Our graduation Power BI dashboard, I want to thank our amazing team in REA, our great team, obviously led by Dr. Clayton, and then all of the metrics that we've been able to curate through Power BI, Mr. Thorne. I'm so pleased with how we've been able to leverage Power BI to give our schools real-time data, like up to the minute data on where their graduation rates are and who needs what. We were dealing with very static data in the past, and there are a lot of districts that are still working with very static data, things that have to manually be changed week over week, month over month. Ours is already built out, so then it automatically populates. So when somebody logs in, they can see where they're at. And then we have benefited from the classical learning test, CLT, for concordance scores. It used to be that just students had to take the FSA FAST test in 9th and 10th and pass that. Algebra 1, they had to pass that. Now they can take CLT and they can get a concordance score on the reading portion. And that can make a huge difference for our students because maybe they weren't doing well with the interface with SAT or ACT, but they are with CLT. And so it's just another opportunity, and a lot of our students have done very well with that. So I want to leave you with this. It's not by accident that we have a continued increase in graduation rates in Osceola County, and simultaneously we're seeing significant increases in students taking and passing advanced coursework. The one thing that I have said from the first day one is that our students can do it. You just have to show them the path. So if we put students in front of rigorous coursework and we say, yes, you can do it, and you can persevere through it, and on the other side, there's a certification for it, or there's college credit for it, and then they see that they can, that just starts to spread. And that's where we're at. 2 years ago, 55%. We were at 55% for our acceleration rate for high school. Last year, 72. That's pretty impressive. That's a huge jump. But it comes from a belief that every student can learn and every day matters. I'm really proud of the team. I appreciate you, school board, for giving us the opportunity to do this work every single day. Very, very proud of the people that I get a chance to work with and the teachers that are really doing the heavy lifting on the front lines. With that, I'll turn it back over to you, Madam Chair.
Any questions or comments from the board?
No questions because you keep us very informed consistently about what's going on. So I will also give you and your team kudos for that.
All right, thank you. All right, with that, we are on to our administrative actions. Dr. Shanna, if you have the floor for our approval of our administrative appointment.
Give me just one moment. We have one administrative appointment this evening for a new Director of Transportation, Orville Watson. Orville Watson has held the following positions: Director of Training for New York City Public Department of Transportation, Safety and Loss Prevention Analyst and Safety Administrator for Orange County Utilities, and Safety and Compliance Supervisor and Coordinator of Transportation Services for Osceola County School District. He received a bachelor's degree in Occupational Safety and Health from Columbia Southern University. He's a certified safety training and planning specialist and industrial hygiene manager, and he holds certificates in both human resource management and environmental management.
So moved. Oh, go ahead.
I'd like to make the motion.
Motion by Ms. Bronson, second by Ms. Castillo. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Motion passes. Congratulations.
Wow. Well, thank you, Dr. Shanoff, Dr. Allen, Scott, board members. Thank you so much for trusting me with this awesome responsibility. You know, I would like to thank God and my amazing wife, Judy Ann, for just supporting me when I'm not there, and I'm not there a lot because there's so much to do here, and I love what I do. Thank my family for being here, but I'm so honored to be able to represent our school district at this level. There's a quote from John Maxwell that says, "Your mission is to become better today than you were yesterday." And with the help of a great team, with support from you all awesome folks, our mission in transportation will be to be better tomorrow than we are today, and to be better the next day. And I will tell you, I am committed to ensuring every child, every day, receive the best transportation services possible. Thank you so much for your vote of confidence. Thank you.
We have 3 retirements that I'd like to announce. These will go in order of date of retirement. And I want to just say that while he's in the room, and I'd even say this if you weren't in the room, Randy Wheeler has served as our Director of Transportation, and then before that served as Coordinator in Transportation. I have yet to come across somebody who brings such a level of positivity to work as Randy. Randy has left an indelible mark, I believe, on the transportation team. It's in the way that he interacts with folks. He's so approachable. He's the nicest guy in the room, I think, is really what it comes down to. So, Randy, we're going to miss you. We're going to miss your smiling face. We're going to miss you calming me down when stuff happens. I appreciate you more than you know, and know that you have a heart for transportation. You have a heart for our bus operators, our attendants, our mechanics. You've always advocated so strongly for everybody within your department, and I'm appreciative and blessed to have known you. Our next retirement, June 30th, will be James Long, principal of Gateway High School. Mr. Long has been a long-serving principal at Gateway, but I think that Mr. Long has done some remarkable things, taking that school through the transformation of the campus, the rebuild, and bringing that school from a C to an A. And not just an A, but a solid A. And his graduation rate was among the highest for our comprehensive high schools. And he's created such a wonderful culture over at Gateway. We'll miss him. Mm-hmm. Lastly, Sandy Davenport, principal at Harmony Community School. I'll tell you what, you walk into a school and you get a feeling as soon as you walk in of what type of place that is for kids. And Harmony Community, it doesn't matter what classroom you walk into, you want to stay. And you want to see what that teacher is going to be doing for the day. I've never seen a group with so much joy around teaching and supporting one another on teams, and then supporting the kids. But they want to work hard for Sandy as well. And it's just because they know how much of a fierce advocate she is for great teaching. And that's why that's why I think no one ever leaves. It's a really tight team over there at Harmony Community. And again, I think it goes without saying, the success that they have at Harmony Community is not rooted in, the zip code or the neighborhood. It is rooted in great teaching, and phenomenal leadership. And when you put those two things together, along with the supportive community, great things happen. So I'm really proud of all of them. That's all I have. Thank you. Hopefully no more retirements.
Do I have a motion? Motion to approve by Ms. Garcia,
Second.
second by Ms. Bronson.
I will approve, but I don't want to approve Mr. Long retiring or any of our teachers, but yes.
Motion by Ms. Garcia, second by Ms. Bronson. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion passes. We wish all of our retirees well. With that, we are adjourning our regular meeting for our board workshop, our rulemaking cycle C for the 25-26 year.
Good evening, board members. Tonight, we're bringing to you 5 rules that we have proposed revisions for this cycle, and we'll bring these back to you in a public hearing on March the 10th. We're not asking for any action tonight. This is just a board workshop. Rule 3.17, recording of parent-employee meetings, revises the citations section to reflect the new statute, section 934.03 Florida statutes. Rule 5.141, school choice, revises paragraphs 1D and 6 to replace the McKay Scholarship with Hope Scholarship per recent changes to state law. It revises paragraph 6 to describe the criteria for Hope Scholarships per section 1002.40 Florida statutes. Rule 5.51, Health Services Plan, adds paragraphs 5 through 7 to comply with new state requirements for student referrals for mental health services per section 1006.041 Florida statutes. Rule 6.321, employee use of wireless communication devices, renames the policy to just that, employee use of wireless communication devices, adds paragraph 1 to define wireless communication device, updates and clarifies this terminology throughout the remainder of the policy, adds paragraph 2D to prohibit the use of school district wireless communication devices by employees to make any digital photograph and or audio or video recordings without prior authorization from the employee's supervising administrator. It revises paragraph 3 to prohibit the use of personal wireless communication devices by employees to make any digital photograph and or audio or video recordings, but it revises paragraph 3B to clarify limited exceptions in the case of an emergency to ensure the safety of students. And then Rule 6.33, Alcohol and Drug-Free Workplace, revises paragraph 4A through D to clarify alcohol and or drug testing consistently throughout, and then adds paragraph 4E to clarify that refusal to submit to the drug screening is considered a positive test. At this time, if you have any questions or comments, we'll gladly take them for the rules that are being proposed for revision.
Any questions? Nope. All right.
All right. Thank you, board.
With that, we are continuing with our regularly scheduled meeting. We are on to our agenda modifications. Ms. Clayton, Dr. Clayton, do you have any agenda modifications?
Yes, we have one agenda modification for item 9.01, updated to reflect employee RG status change from a termination to a resignation.
Okay, thank you. Ms. Garcia? Ms. Bronson?
I'd like to pull 1106.
Oh, wrong one.
1106.
Okay. And Ms. Castillo?
No modifications.
All right, with that, do I have a,
What's that? Yeah, where do you see it? It's fine. Oh, I know why.
With that, do I have a motion to approve the consent agenda as modified?
I make a motion.
I have a motion by Ms. Bronson,
Second.
second by Ms. Garcia. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed? Motion passes. Ms. Bronson, 1106.
Yes, since being elected, one of my goals has been to advocate for hands-on agriculture opportunities for our students, and the Harmony Middle School pole barn represents that vision. I've spent time over this past year with Mrs. Brown talking about her program, where it is today, and where she hopes it will grow. And this barn will allow students to begin working hands-on with small livestock and build a strong foundation as they move on to Harmony High School. That's okay. At Harmony High School, where opportunities continue through agriculture as an elective, Future Farmers of America, 4-H, career and technical educational pathways, and animal science and veterinary assisting. When parents choose our schools, they're choosing hands-on learning, real-world experiences, and pathways that prepare students for life beyond our classrooms. Projects like the Harmony Middle School barn will set us apart. They show that we're willing to think outside the box, we listen to our educators, and we invest in programs that connect learning to careers. Not every district is offering students the chance to work hands-on with agriculture, animal science, and community partners, starting at the middle school level. But I'm proud to say that in Osceola County we do. I would like to personally thank County Commissioner Ricky Booth, who represents District 5. His generous donation and continuing support has made this barn possible, and I'm grateful for his commitment to our students and with our community. This barn is going to be a small structure, but it's going to have a big impact, and I'm excited about what it means for our students' future.
All right, thank you. With that, we are on to our regular agenda. We have 14.01, and I have a public comment on this. Ms. Moody, you are recognized.
I just want to enter into the record that the union disagrees with this decision to change without having conversation with us about other days that could be used, because our contract guarantees our teachers a teacher work day to work on grades at the end of each quarter. And if we calendar those for emergency makeup days, then those teachers would lose that. And so I need to be on record to say that we would impact bargain that should it come to that, but let's hope we can have another season of no hurricanes. Okay?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Dr. Allen, would you like to address any of that, or?
Yes, we would be happy to impact bargain in the event that we get to the point where we would have to have days made up. We have 2 days already built in our schedule for nearly all of our schools. So the likelihood of us getting to the third day is unlikely, although we have had it happen, as we all know. But let's all pray that it doesn't. In the event that it does, we are more than happy to go to the table and talk about the impacts.
All right, thank you. With that, do I have a motion or any comment?
Motion to approve 1401.
I have a motion by Ms. Castillo,
Second.
a second by Ms. Garcia. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Motion passes.
Motion to approve
15.03.
1503.
Ms. Castillo makes a motion on 15.03.
I second.
Second by Ms. Bronson. All those in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Motion passes. 16.01.
Motion to approve.
Motion by Ms. Castillo.
Second.
Second by Ms. Garcia. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion passes. We are now open for public comment. I have Ms. Lori Macy.
Hi there, board. Hi. I'm here to talk about school nutrition. Just joking. Oh, guess what I'm here for? Talk about my full-time tech. The saga continues. I been doing a lot of lecturing to you guys since July, and I thought, well, I'm supposed to do different types of teaching strategies, so I'd like to engage you guys. I do have some things that I wanted to pass out in a sense of putting you guys back in your teacher seats and saying, here, this would be like an issue for you with computers, or to show you guys, oh, my hinges are broke, or my screen is glitching, or my charger isn't charging my computer. But I also was scared to approach the bench or whatever. So, but the one main one that I wanted to go to today was a lot of my kids are saying my headphones don't work. And come to find out, my computer actually messed up for me this week, and my computer was not playing over the speaker system. So I put in a ticket. My tech guy came up when he was there, and he said, oh, the inside of your thing, your jack is messed up. We'll have to get you a whole new computer. Well, then another VE teacher of mine came, and she brought this handy little thing, USB something, I don't know, cord. And she basically took it and plugged in the speaker system into this, which then plugged into my computer and made it play again. So we saved you guys money of getting me a new computer by this little $2 to $4 thing. So I know that would help with us if we could get some of us teachers to have this, especially during our progress learning. That's a program kids have to listen to. But again, the full-time tech position, right? Tomorrow and Friday, we don't have a full-time tech at our school. And I definitely didn't sabotage your system back there for Dr. Shanoff to have a glitch in his thing, but it sure didn't hurt my case any, because if that were to happen during my classroom instruction, I couldn't just turn around and say, fix this. I'd have to put in a ticket and wait a couple days. So as you can tell, tech is very important. And I do feel like if we're trying to get to an A district with all of our buildings, we need the tools to work smarter, not harder. And so, Mr. Noble knows me from way back when, but I'm a teacher in a classroom. I don't know things about tech, so why am I caring about all the, but we need them, and it makes a difference when we don't have them. And so I would challenge you guys that maybe tomorrow and Friday, pretend you don't have a tech team. And if something goes wrong, oh well, you're gonna have to wait too, just like we do. So I would love to see the full-time tech at every school building instead of having to share them. So I'm gonna keep coming back, and some people wave to me like now, but I hope it's a good thing. So thank you for listening again. Thank you.
Do you have something that you wanted to share with us? Yeah.
Oh no, I was just gonna engage you again and just be like, here, pretend this is your computer issue. We couldn't,
Got it.
and like I said at the very beginning, like
I didn't know if it was a paper or something, because we would take.
It was just to have fun and engagement in your long board meetings for you guys, but I like to see your smiles, so thank you.
Thank you. Next up, we have Miss Moody again.
Experiential learning.
I just wanted, Janet Moody, Osceola County Education Association. I just wanted to come and say thank you, Terry, for your very kind, sweet words. Our organization strives to have that exact kind of compliment, to say that we're doing our job and that we're working with you, despite the obstacles that we are being thrown with daily. And thank you also, Heather, for recognizing that we have been sending a couple of individuals a week up to Tallahassee to advocate for education, to try to get the dollars to our classroom, to try to make sure that our programs are held sacred and that we're recognized as individuals. And I also want to extend an invitation to all of you. We have an annual picnic each year. This year it's March the 28th. It's on Saturday. It's at Heron Park. We would love to have any of you that serve in the district come and join us and join our people to come out and just have a relaxing day where we can maybe forget about all of the things that go on that maybe aren't fun and have some fun. So thank you so much for that, okay?
I think all of us
We're all
are going
going.
to try to
Yeah,
be there.
we're-
We talked about it. So thank you for that invitation. With that, we are done with public comment, and we are on to our attorney's report. Do you have any comments to share?
I would just like to clarify for the record that item 1106 was not fully pulled. It was voted on. It was just that Ms. Bronson wanted to speak on it.
Okay.
Yes,
It was pulled for comment,
yes,
yeah.
yes, it was just pulled for comment, but that the board did vote on it with the entire
Consent agenda, the modification. Yes, thank you for that. And next we are up to our board committee reports. Does anyone have any committee reports this week?
I have a little one.
Okay.
Okay.
Go for it.
I'm on the Council of Aging, and March for Meals St. Patrick's Day 5K. It's going to be on a Saturday, supporting Meals on Wheels of Osceola, March 14th. It's a run walk. It's a fun run event to create awareness of senior hunger and to raise money for the Meals on Wheels program in Osceola County through the Osceola Council on Aging. It's a fun run with a clock, so you can catch your time as you cross the finish line. You can put a team together and show your spirit and help us fight senior hunger by supporting the Meals on Wheels and Osceola County program. And you can sign up on the website, and it looks like a good time. And then also the St. Cloud Chamber of Commerce is having the 7th annual St. Cloud 2026 scavenger hunt, February 27th. Registration will start at 8, and then the scavenger hunt starts at 9. It's planned by the St. Cloud Chamber and the Scavenger Hunt Committee, and it uses an app on your phone, and it's a great way to have fun, engagement, a way to connect with fellow chamber members and support local nonprofits and raise awareness about the city of St. Cloud, and sounds like a lovely time.
Great. Ms. Garcia, any committee reports?
No.
I guess I have one. My fellow board members and I and some of our team attended the Osceola Chamber's 101st annual meeting this past weekend. It was also really exciting to sit in that room with a number of community members while the chamber highlighted some of the work that the district does on behalf of our community. They talked about our partnership with the annual Civics Bee that started last year, so this year will be the second one. And then they also mentioned the Osceola Prosper program, which Dr. Shanoff talked a lot about tonight. Our chamber understands the importance of a strong education system in a community and how that impacts economic development, impacts people moving to this area, and showing the community around us, around Osceola, how important the things are that are happening here in Osceola County. So that was something that we did, and that is a committee that I sit on. So, and with that, this meeting is adjourned. Thank you for being here tonight.